42, Jackie Robinson. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. How does this gain us power? How does this gain us control? How can we use this in our lives to gain us power and to gain control? Well, let's talk about it. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. What we're talking about here is groups are led by a person. Your group is led by a person. Groups, cults, they're all led by people. Now, if you don't properly control those groups, they will run away. So you gotta have your hand over them, you gotta guide them in a certain path. Now, groups that aren't yours, if you strike the leader, you destroy the whole group. If you kill that leader type stuff. Now, I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty of this because people are gonna contradict me, but as we walk through it, you will understand what I'm talking about. So just give me a listen. Let's go. Number one, how we strike the shepherd, how do we make the sheep scatter? Well, you identify the leader. You see who that leader is, you look at them, you're like, okay, he does this, he does that, or she does this, they do that. And you analyze who they are, you identify them. Next, you attack their credibility. Once you attack somebody's credibility, you kind of kill the mainstream about them. Because when somebody's not there, people are talking about them. And by making that talk negative, by killing that credibility, making it negative, you're able to kind of diminish their value that they hold. As the government does, and I'm going to leave that in, divide and conquer. You want to divide and conquer, you want to set apart what's going on. Dividing and conquer makes it easier to conquer land. As they do in wars, they divide and they conquer. And you really got to divide and conquer the cults, you got to divide and conquer these ritual people. Divide and conquer the group, that's what's up. You offer alternatives, you try to draw them into your thing, and you really try to walk them out of what they're doing. And by you destroying that, you're able to have the power, have the control, because you're the one who's kind of dictating. You're the one like, hey, your leader is a piece of shit. Ooh, he does this, he does that. And by kind of making them contradict themselves, you're able to really move them in the fashion that you want to move them. You're like, hey, the script is better, follow me, that kind of thing. You use psychological tactics. You know how people interact, you know what people think about. So when you sit down and you talk to somebody or you try to get them to walk away from what they're doing, you are able to read them psychologically and know if they are really following along with you. And by psychological, I would say just start reading some books about psychology, like How to Win Friends, Influence People, and Napoleon Hill stuff, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And finally, be strategic in the sense, you don't just want to strike somebody that's in a group that you want, and you got to really think this thing through. You got to think how you're going to do this, how you're going to react, and what you're going to say, and how it's going to go. Plan it ahead. You know, like goals, how we set goals, do it like in this sense too. And you know, if you really want to pull someone away from a cult, pull someone away from a group, and pull them into your land, you strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. That's what's up. 2023, let's level up.